freaking amazing. Just gorgeous. There's gravel everywhere. Here in Montana for the first full day of hunting agates, and I'm on my way to meet the tour guide for today, Captain Eddie, and I'll put his link here so you can access his website if you're interested in joining up. We're gonna head down to Terry, Montana, and get on a boat and go out to some of the islands that I can't access on foot. So super stoked, hoping to find some great stuff. I know we will. So let's go. We are here. We have made it to the island. Our first one we're searching. There's gravel everywhere. Check out this piece of petrified wood. How agatized is that beauty? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I may have to take that one, because that's just gorgeous. Let's find another unbelievable piece of petrified wood. This is so heavily agatized. Look at the grain and the banding in that. Just a massive chunk. Really takes a minute to get your eyes trained to what you're looking for, but I finally found one on my own. Beautiful bands up in there. Pretty little agate. Gotta go find the toad now. So I haven't been recording too much because I've been just kind of walking with Captain Eddie here and kind of learning to train my eye. But just found this really nice one. Great banding up there. I haven't even sprayed it all off yet. Well, we've got quite a few that we'll look at and go over. But yeah, he knows what he's doing. This is Captain Eddie right here, by the way. And you can find him, like I said, I posted his link already. But he'll get you out to some of these gravel bars that very few people actually get to. So if you want a good adventure, come finding agates in Montana, definitely contact him. Starting to get better at noticing some of them. Little one like that. Not much, but it's helping my eyes get adjusted because it's definitely a learning curve trying to find these things out here, because there's so much here that can trick you and distract you. And so much gorgeous petrified wood that I'm trying desperately to refrain myself from picking up every piece. Getting better. There's a big one. Good moss in the pockets. That should end up being nice. Good cutter. Just a little bit out here. It's so freaking amazing. Just gorgeous. The bald eagles earlier swooping down, eating. Oh, do I really have to go back to work? Not for a little while longer, at least. It's got pretty agatized wood. I mean, it's literally all over the place here. I really like this one. It's got the quartz core that goes all the way around. That's pretty cool. I think that'll cut pretty neat. Hopefully there's some good banding in there, hiding somewhere. All right, so I just pulled this one out. I'm excited about it. Ooh, look at that beauty. Pocket runs all the way through. Cut that right down the middle. That's gonna be gorgeous. That should be an amazing specimen. Maybe my best one so far today. Well, I think we're heading back to the boat. At the end of the guided hunt, found some really awesome stuff. And I'll show you guys some of it when I get back settled. But yeah, can't recommend this enough. If you get the chance, come go look up Captain Eddie. Get yourself a guided tour. Get out to some of these sandbars that, these gravel bars that people just don't normally go to. So they're not nearly as picked over. So I'm getting distracted by rocks as I walk back to the boat. It's the nerd life for me, and I love it. So I am back here at the mothership now, back in Texas after an amazing few days in Montana and South Dakota. I didn't record probably as much as I should have while I was there, but I didn't go there to record. I went there for vacation and recorded while I was there. So I made sure to keep that in mind. My priority was the vacation and the rock hounding, but I did get quite a bit of video. So I'm gonna put some of the best finds that I found, whether they were recorded and you've already seen them or not, to follow here. So we'll do this for each day, and I hope you like them, because freaking awesome rocks. All right, we'll start with some of the petrified wood. This is just the colors. The colors is why I picked this one up. It's just ridiculous. The grain is beautiful, but man, we've got yellows, oranges, reds, all throughout this thing. That's an absolutely stunning piece of wood right there. Next one, much like the last, just a lot bigger. And these are all just so fully agatized. So the grain, once we cut these, I think it's just gonna be stunning. Make some stunning slabs and cabs and specimens. We're slowly getting bigger here. This is another piece of agatized wood, and look at the agatization in this one. I mean, you can see it even with a light not on it, but when we stick a light on it, you'll really be able to tell. I mean, it is just fully agatized all the way through. That's gonna be amazing cutter specimen. Next piece is a big old chonk, and it has just got
so much orange running throughout. This is gonna look amazing cut, I have a feeling. And it's another one, just phenomenal agatization all the way through. You can clearly see it even without a line on it. Second to last one on the agatized petrified wood. And once again, the colors just, they're stunning. Just ridiculous. Fully agatized. And last but not least on the pet wood, this is a big one. It is heavy. And I'm probably 7-8 pounds, something like that. But the colors, and again, once again, fully agatized. Look at that end grain. That's just gonna be so pretty. And I did find a fair number of jaspers that I brought home, but this is the only one I'm gonna show you guys from this particular day, just because the colors in here. Again, the reds and golds that are showing throughout here. I don't know if the camera's really picking up the true color here. Very, very pretty though. I think this is gonna be another one that's just gonna be really, really awesome to slab. Now to get into the agates. So you can see the pretty water line in this one right there. That one's really nice. And this guy right here. Again, the thing I really liked about going out with Captain Eddie is I got to some places that aren't picked through, and most of these have minimal fracturing. So that's a huge bonus, again, of going on a guided tour to get in places that you can't normally get to on your own. So something to keep in mind when you're making your plans. Another little guy, he's got some fracturing to him, but I think that's gonna have some nice patterning inside of it. So I thought this one was so cool. This is one that Captain Eddie found while we were out there walking the gravel, and he brought it over and gave it to me. But look at that snakeskin agate pattern on it. That's not very common in Montana agates, at least to the best of my knowledge, but it is fully an agate. And I don't know if there's any banding or patterning, you can't really make anything out, but just as a cool specimen, just having that snakeskin pattern on it, I think that's pretty awesome. So that may just stay uncut like it is because it's so cool. And I love this guy because of the patterning all throughout here. So you know that's gonna have some great detail when I eventually cut that one. Now to get some of the bigger and better ones. This one with all the tubes running through here. You can see the tubes coming off the channels right there. And cut that, that's gonna look just amazing. And here she is all wetted up, and you really see the banding going along the edge of those tubes, along with that yellow coloring. I'm really excited to cut this one. I think it's gonna have some pleasant surprises to reveal. You see those tubes run all the way to the back also, so they'll go straight through all the way down. Next, we got a big old chonker. This was a fat filler. I don't know exactly what's inside. It doesn't give a lot away from the outside, but again, minimal fracturing in this. I see a little bit of moss in there. A little bit more in there. So you don't really know till you get into it. Get some vitroidals right there on the outside. So another one I'll be excited to put on the big saws and cut into. Another one very much like the last, but this one I've got a lot more moss showing just from the outside. So we've got a lot of potential with this one. Big ol' honker. Now we're gonna get to some of my favorites from the day. So this one was pretty dirty when I picked it up, so I didn't really get a good idea of what it looked like up inside or underneath the dirt. But it's got a very grayish, bluish agate color to it, in addition to all the patterning running across that encrusted outside. It looks like a little water line. May go straight through here. So I think this will be a neat profile cut. It's got a lot of detail though. I love this one. A lot of people aren't really excited about the quartz cores, but I tend to like them actually. This runs all the way through, so I'm real interested to figure out how I'm gonna try and cut this to maximize the dynamic between that quartz that's running pretty much all the way around it and through here. So there's gonna be a lot of quartz in this one, but depending on, we should have some banding running up through the seams up around here and might go back a little further into there. So I think this one could look really, really pretty once it's cut. I think it'll be a neat little specimen. All right, I've saved my two favorite pieces from that day for the last here. And this one's just obviously, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's got so much banding up in here as well. I don't know if you'll be able to see, there's very light white banding that runs throughout where these dendrite lines are. It goes up in there quite a bit. And so that should get some awesome patterning when it gets cut. You can kind of see a little bit right there and there. Beautiful, beautiful rock. And last but not least, my favorite. And I didn't get this one wet just yet. Leave the light off. You can really see up inside. I mean, it's full agate. Very minimal fracturing again. Now let's get this thing wet. So beautiful pocket here on the back. I call this the back. Great banding running all around this quartz core. Going all the way around to the front. That's just spectacular. What a beautiful, beautiful agate. I think with this one, eventually I'm gonna cut it in between the windows, right there, coming straight across the face. So that way I end up with two full parts on the inside that I can polish out. I think it's gonna be a spectacular piece. This right here alone would have been worth it for the trip. It was worth it for the guide. Again, I'd recommend doing it if you can. It's not that expensive, all things considered. Go to his website. I'll post it again here, and you'll see his rates there. But yeah, I just wanted to mainly show the highlights from this particular day, and we'll see you guys on the next day. Thanks for watching.